Hi everybody and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Lysha and I'm the owner of Lysha Be Creative. In today's video, we are going to be making some hats with some patches and some items that I found at Hobby Lobby. And we're going to be using a brand new item in my shop. This is going to be an unboxing of the Vevor Hat Press. And so I'm going to be showing you the unboxing, of course, my thoughts on it. I've actually never made hats before, which is kind of surprising, but we're going to go ahead and just jump right into the video. And of course, I'll give you the play-by-play of everything we're going to be doing today. So to start things off, of course, we are going to unbox the hat press. So as I mentioned, this is the Vevor Hat Press, and I've never owned a hat press. I have 3 heat presses in my entire shop. However, I've never actually used a hat press because I've never been asked to make hats before. So we're going to be doing something a little bit new, at least for me on the channel. So this box is huge and it was quite heavy, but of course, putting it together and being able to use this is actually very simple. So just kind of the top down view after opening that, it does come with 3 additional cap press sizes, like things to use. I'll explain a little bit in more detail as we kind of get this thing unboxed and I kind of show you the different features and things. But I will tell you that this is a heavy press. This isn't a lightweight press. I was a little bit surprised by how heavy it was, but I guess I should have figured it out based on how heavy the box actually was. But what's nice is that it does already come like already assembled. You really don't have to do anything with it. It's literally ready to be plugged in and used once you've unboxed the entire thing. So we're going to go ahead and get this out of the box. We will unsheath this, get the plastic off, and I'll kind of show you the different features for this. So again, being that this is my first hat press, I don't really know what a hat press comes with. I have seen those like 8-in-1 heat presses that you can buy that like you can do shirts, you can do hats, you can do, you know, small items, large items, you know, all the things that comes with all the attachments. I've never owned one of those because again, I never really feel like I needed to. But this is kind of what it looks like. It is pretty compact considering even how heavy it is. So you could put this in a smaller space, but you do need enough like space up top, like vertical space, but you definitely don't need like a whole lot of space as far as width. This will not take up a whole lot of space if you are someone who's like me and you have multiple presses and things that you need to be able to store when you're not using them. So really simple and easy to work with. And as you can see, you can clearly see that I'm not familiar with using a hat press because I didn't realize there was a screw there that was preventing me from using that little lever there in order to be able to attach my hats. So this is a digital feature, just like most models are. You can change the temperature, the time. It's got an on and off switch, which is really cool. Everything's right up front too, which is nice. So there's no like finding that switch in the back or whatnot. So we're going to get into a little bit more of that and of course my thoughts, but let's go ahead and go back to our hats here. So I got all of these supplies from Hobby Lobby. I kind of just went in and I was like, okay, I want to be able to use this hat press, but I need something to be able to use this hat press on. So I went a little bit crazy in Hobby Lobby and I decided that instead of just doing one hat, I originally just thought that I was just going to do like the trucker hat. I then was like, no, a couple of baseball caps would be super cute too. So here I am just trying to decide what I'm going to put on each cap. I have my handy dandy helper Parker as well, helping me decide which of the items I'm going to use for each of the hats. So we finally made our decision. Now we can kind of get into actually using the press. So what's nice about this is it does come with a manual, gives you all of the tools that you need to be able to utilize it. But what's nice is that I mentioned in the beginning that this comes with 3 additional like cap presses. It already has the one installed, which I just removed, and it's actually really easy to remove. You just unscrew the little screw that it's attached to. It has like a plastic bolt, if you will, on the back side that goes in the center, and then you just screw that right up there so it stays firm and set there, and then you would just unscrew it, pull that out, and then you would screw in the next one. But depending on what size hat you have, you might need to use a different cap press base. So you just want to make sure that you're using the right one for the size hat that you have. And I am actually going to change one of this cap press base out for another one to be able to use the trucker hat on here because there's a little bit of a wider base where we're going to be applying the patches. So I'm just going to use the settings that are already in the manual here. And since we're going to be doing patches as opposed to sublimation, HTV, or vinyl, which it shows on the application range sheet, I'm going to go with the HTV as the setting because These are stick-on iron-on patches, so they're much more similar to HTV. So that's just the settings that I'm going to use with. So I'm going to turn this on, and I'm going to set the settings to 356 degrees Fahrenheit. And it does recommend 7 seconds on the application range sheet, but I'm actually going to do 10 seconds or 15 seconds just because that just seems like a better time frame. Because these are thicker than HTV would be, I know I'm going to need a little bit more time to make sure that these adhere nicely. So I'm just bumping up that time a little bit. So we'll go ahead and get our hat press on, or hat on the hat press, I should say. So you push down that lever, which kind of catches the back of the hat, and then you put the, the brim of the hat over the edge so that you're getting the face of the hat on the cap press base. And then you'll just let that lever go, and that holds that hat in place so it doesn't move and maneuver around when you're trying to apply whatever you're applying to your hat to be pressed onto there. So we're doing sort of like this, I guess, like 90s vibes hat we have. We have a little checkered lightning bolt, and then we have some really cute like 90s little patches too, like a Rubik's Cube. We have like a cassette tape, a roller skate, just some really cute things. And then of course we'll go ahead and get this pressed. So it's already warmed up and ready to go. I'm literally just going to add a piece of parchment paper just to protect the heat press and my hat. And then we'll go ahead and press this and let that go ahead and count down here. So once it is pressed, it will beep. Then it's ready to go, and it's really simple and easy to use. So definitely very easy, user friendly. There is also a lever on top, a screw lever that will adjust the pressure. So if you needed to adjust the pressure so that it was more firm pressure or maybe less pressure because you have a thicker hat that you're going to be pressing, then you could do that. I didn't need to adjust that because all of the hats were sort of the same thickness. I didn't really feel like I needed to adjust it. It was at, I think, the firmest pressure, which I like to use to ensure that these are going to stick on and stay put. So I just kind of maneuvered the hat around and manipulated that in the hat press to do the presses on the side with the patches as well. Wasn't sure how that was going to work out, and it actually worked out quite well. So we are going to repeat that for this purple lavender hat that I'm doing. So this one is of course going to be mine because I'm all about the color purple, as you can see by some of the things in the background here. So this is going to be a hat for me. So the patch we're going to put on here is a hat patch that says sleigh. So this material is a little bit different than some of the other patches we're going to be using. It has more of a plasticky feel on top, which gives that sort of glittery look over top. So it is a little bit of a thinner patch, but it does still have that adhesive sticker on the back. I'm not going to change the settings at all because I wanted to see honestly how it would press. So we're going to go ahead and add these smaller patches too. It just makes it easier to get all of the items on that we're going to be pressing. So we just have to press it once instead of having to press multiple times. And so we'll go ahead and press this. I'm really happy with how it pressed. I wasn't sure how it would work with that plasticky, kind of feeling over top, if it would warp it or melt it or anything, and it didn't, which was really good. So that setting still worked for that sort of press. And then we'll kind of switch things. We'll maneuver this so that we can, of course, add the cute little patches along the side, some of those smiley faces and those florals, of course, just to kind of put this whole hat together. So another super cute hat done and ready to go. So all in all, so far, this has been really easy to use. And so now we're going to do the third hat, and that's sort of like the trucker hat with like the white front facing, and then of course the mesh along the sides. And so for this has a wider sort of front facing piece. So we're going to choose the larger cap base, and they all have the different sizes in the manual. It's all in like millimeters though, so I don't actually know how to interpret that into like inches, if that makes sense. And I didn't think to do that before this, but I basically just went through each one and chose which one was going to fit the front of the hat here, just kind of like, while it's off the base, just kind of like measuring that in behind it to determine which one I was going to need. So I uninstalled the original one that was already on the hat press and then installed this wider and longer cap base press so that we could do this trucker hat. So we're going to put the little bow and cherry on here because it's just too cute. And I just feel like this has been such an aesthetic and such a cute vibe. Since this is the only sort of patch that we're doing on here, I thought that maybe I should have changed the settings. So because this surface of the hat is more polyester than it is like cotton and denim like the other two hats were. I needed to do 2 presses. Really, I should have just upped the heat a little bit, and that probably would have pressed a little bit, but I noticed that some of the edges were not as pushed down as I wish they had been, so that's why I went in for the second press. But as you can see, it was really easy for me to change out that cap press base, which makes it so simple and easy to be able to do multiple hats. So if you get an order of hats, really easy to get through all of them in the different sizes, you know, working from like a toddler hat versus using an adult hat, you know, and not really have to, you know, wait for the machine to entirely cool down, or like, you know, need to do something really intricate in order to get that additional base on the hat press so they can use it for different sizes. So that's really cool. So just to finish off this hat, I found this cute little like hat charm, which I just thought was so adorable. And we added some cute little like push pins to it too. And so overall, I feel like this hat press is really easy and simple to use. Again, there's that pressure setting knob at the top. It comes with the 3 additional hat press bases, which is really cool too, being that now you can do different size hats and not have to have a different, you know, machine for each of them, which I thought was really cool. Again, like I've never done hats before, so if you have general questions, of course, let me know down in the description box. But this is the final look of the hats. I will go ahead and link this hat press for anybody who does do hats. Father's Day is around the corner, so this would be a great thing to make some cute hats and things for those dads, or maybe just for yourself for the summer, some visors and things. So many cool opportunities and ideas and things that definitely you could do with this. So I will link all the information down in the description box for you guys to check out, as well as all the items that I used to create our hats. But I do hope that you enjoyed today's video. And of course, if you did, leave me a comment down in the comment section. I love reading and answering those. And you guys know that I will see you once again in the next tutorial next week. Bye.